Name: Juan Thornhill. Position: safety. School: Virginia Conference, ACC. Class: senior. Jersey: no. 21. Recruitment rating: 3-star. HT, 6 feet 1 inch. WT, 195. D.O.B. N.A. Tackles, Defint. Fumbles. Year: school. CONF. Class: POS. G. Solo. AS. Tot. Loss. SK. Int. Yards. AVG. TD. PDF. R. Yards. TDFF. 2015 Virginia ACC FRS 2202 0.00.000000 2016 Virginia ACC SOS 113015 453.01.0332 10.7071 * 2017 Virginia ACC Junior S12-47663.50.5441.001200 * 2018 Virginia ACC Senior S13623698.4.50.06141 23.50700 Career Virginia 14167-208 12.01.5 13177 13.60 2601 Highlights. Welcome to Highlight Creator. If you love college football and basketball, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Want to watch more highlights? Gotcha covered. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=7fx3ssbcg5m Pros: Juan Thornhill possesses an intriguing skill set that should get him on the field early as a rookie. He projects best as a free safety in the NFL, but his background as a cornerback could cause teams to give him a look there as well. He's capable of starting at either position, which should only add to his value. Thornhill shows good range on film and seems to always be in the hip pocket of receivers on vertical shots down the field. Does well in coverage underneath as well. Gets into position to take away lanes. At his best in zone coverage. Has really good instincts and understanding of route concepts. Has the mentality that he's the one being targeted on throws and outfights the receiver for the ball. Possesses good athleticism to make open field tackles. Takes good angles in pursuit and is well balanced when arriving at the ball carrier. Has some pop through his pads, but is more of a cut-down tackler. Can quickly close the distance and will drive through a runner's legs to finish. Will fight through contact in the box and shows a good stout anchor at the top of route stems. Cons: Juan Thornhill has good, but not elite range, and his lack of burst could limit the system he plays in. Because of this, he might not be suited to play the single high, deep safety position on a team that plays a lot of cover one. This could make him more of a scheme-reliant free safety in the NFL. Shows a little tightness through his hips. This makes him a little slow when opening up and transitioning to deep throws. His ball-hawking mentality can sometimes get him in trouble. Needs to show a better understanding of when that is acceptable, because he can hang himself out to dry sometimes. Can be fooled with play action and bait routes. Needs to show more discipline. Inconsistent as a tackler. Has a tendency to drop his head and go too low when trying to make a tackle. Needs to improve his aiming point and technique. Needs to also improve attacking blocks near the line of scrimmage. Doesn't necessarily have a slight frame, but could stand to add some more strength, muscle. It could help him when working in the box. Cowboys fit. Juan Thornhill's skill set and versatility to fill several roles in the Dallas Cowboys secondary could be too intriguing to pass up, especially if you add in his ball-hawking ability. In Chris Richards' defense, he could probably start at either safety or cornerback as a rookie. He has the desired height, length, and athleticism Richard desires in his defensive backs, and has played both positions during his time at Virginia. He could continue to do so with the Cowboys. As a pure safety prospect, he would pair nicely with Xavier Woods, giving Dallas two athletic and rangy safeties on the back end of their defense. He can play deep or in the slot against mismatched tight ends. He's solid around the line of scrimmage as well, but needs to clean up his attack point as a tackler in order to become more consistent. No matter how you slice it though, he's an upgrade over Jeff Heath. For the Cowboys to secure his services, they would likely have to take him 58 overall with their second-round draft pick. Regardless of what happens with Robert Quinn, the Dallas Cowboys should still be in the market for an edge defender in the 2019 NFL Draft. Like quarterback and left tackle, pass rushers are held at a premium in the NFL for a reason. They are hard to come by and expensive to keep, as we all know. There's a lot of unknown surrounding the future of the Dallas Cowboys defensive end position. Tyrone Crawford is entering the last year of his contract, Durance Armstrong is pretty much an unknown, and no one knows what to make of Randy Gregory's future. Then there's this whole contract situation with DeMarcus Lawrence. I think you would agree there's a lot of uncertainty at the position. Keeping all of that in mind, it certainly makes sense the Dallas Cowboys could be in play to draft one of the edge defenders with their first selection in the second round of the 2019 NFL Draft. That's why today I decided to share with you my top 10 rankings in the hopes that one of them will slide right into the lap of the Cowboys at 58. Here's my top 10 edge rankings: Nick Bosa, Ohio State Brian Burns, Florida State Josh Allen, Kentucky Clelin Ferrell, Clemson Montez Sweat, Mississippi State Chase Winovich, Michigan Ja'Kai Polite, Florida Christian Miller, Alabama Ben Banogu, TCU LJ Collier, TCU. You may or may not have noticed, but Rashawn Gary and Charles Omenihu didn't make the cut for my top 10 edge defenders. That's because I project them as defensive tackles in the NFL, although they could play a hybrid DT role similar to what Tyrone Crawford plays with the Dallas Cowboys. You of course may disagree, but that's my takeaway after watching their film. Now that we've settled why some of the names may have been omitted in my top 10 edge rankings, we can get back to which of these prospects could slide to the Dallas Cowboys when they are on the clock in the second round with the 58th overall selection. I think we can all agree that the top 5 will all be drafted well before the Cowboys have a chance at them. But, starting with Chase Winovich, I think each one of the next 5 could slide all the way to 58 with a little luck. Of the next group of 5, Winovich is probably the safest pick of the bunch. He's someone the Cowboys could plug and play as a rookie and pretty much know exactly what they're going to get. Because of that though, he's also the most likely to be gone before Dallas has a chance at him. Ja'Kai Polite unfortunately completely bombed at the NFL Combine, which is why he could still be in play for the Cowboys. He doesn't exactly fit the criteria, size, length Dallas typically looks for in their day, but his talent is undeniable. He falls into that category of risk-reward, much like Randy Gregory in 2015. If you've read any of my previous work, you know that I'm a big fan of Christian Miller. He is one of my pet cats in this year's draft class and would be a great fit with the Cowboys. Unlike Polite, he fits Dallas B-type to a T. The only concern with him is his injury history, but I'd be ecstatic if he's the selection at 58. That brings us to the 2 TCU edge defenders. A lot of people have LJ Collier ahead of Ben Banogu, but I personally like the latter better. Regardless of how I have them ranked though, either one of them would be a good fit with the Cowboys. Fortunately, Dallas should know all about them since they played right down the road in college. Which of these edge defenders would you like to see the Dallas Cowboys? Name: Divine Ozigbo. Position: running back. School: Nebraska Conference. Big Ten class: senior jersey, no. 22 recruitment rating, 3-star HT, 6 feet 0 inches WT, 220 D.O.B, the 2nd of October 1996. Rushing, receiving, scrimmage, year, school, CONF, class, post, G at yards, AVGTD, rec yards, AVGTD, plays yards, AVGTD, asterisk, 2015 Nebraska Big Ten FRRB 8382095.51, 56212.40, 4327116.31, asterisk, 2016 Nebraska Big Ten SORB 9974124.255, 120.00, 102,512, 5.0. 5 2017 Nebraska Big Ten Junior RB 10,129,493 3.83 16 1237.70 145,616 4.23 2018 Nebraska Big Ten Senior RB 12 155 10827.012 23 2038.80 178 12857.212 Career Nebraska 419 219 65.221 49 488 10.00 468 268 45.721 Highlights. By the end of the season, Ozigbo had rushed for 1,082 yards and 12 touchdowns in 12 games. He became Nebraska's first 1,000-yard rusher since Amir Abdullah in 2014. He also ended with an average of 6.98 yards per carry, which put him at 4th in the Big Ten among players with at least 100 carries. Pros Divine Ozigbo looks the part of a prototypical NFL running back. He has a well-muscled, thick frame, with a strong lower half. He is a physical runner capable of playing in a power, gap or zone blocking scheme, but probably projects best as a zone runner. Has the skill set to be a three-down player, with starting potential. Low tread on the tires, only 419 career carries at Nebraska. Ozigbo runs with good patience on film, slow to, fast through, which gives his linemen time to secure their blocks. Runs with good power and leg drive but also has nimble feet with the elite ankle flexion that allows him to make quick lateral cuts to evade defenders. Finisher in short yardage situations. Shows good vision. Waits for defenders to commit to their run fits before hitting the cutback lane. Has surprising burst and elusiveness for RB his size. Can be a threat in the passing game both out of the backfield and split out wide. Has shown the ability to run basic route stems when split out wide. Is a solid hands catcher and has shown he can catch passes thrown outside his frame. Quickly goes from receiver to runner and is surprisingly elusive in the open field. His size helps him in pass protection. He has a strong punch and long arms to keep defenders at bay, but also understands how to absorb contact. Cons: one-year wonder. The lack of production at Nebraska might be the biggest concern about Divine Ozigbo as a running back prospect. He had to finally transform his body in 2018 to get on the field, but found success once that happened. Can he maintain that kind of discipline in the NFL? There are also concerns about his long speed. As a runner, Ozigbo may be only a zone runner in the NFL. Might be scheme-dependent. There are times on film where he struggles with his vision, especially when there are multiple offensive linemen pulling. Will also struggle with his reads at time. Better when his reads are clearly defined pre-snap. Takes time to hit top speed and it looks lackadaisical at times. Might take time to adjust to the speed of the game at the next level. In the passing game he has struggled with passes thrown at a high velocity. Has double caught, bubbled, and dropped a number of high-velocity passes. This could be an issue, because he doesn't have the softest hands to begin with. Needs to clean up his technique and pass protection. Will telegraph cut blocks, allowing defenders to easily avoid and pressure the quarterback. Could stand to become a better route runner to be more of a factor when split out wide as a receiver. Cowboys fit Divine Ozigbo is reportedly one of the Dallas Cowboys' 30 pre-draft visitors, suggesting the former Cornhuskers running back is already on their radar. He would immediately become the RB2 behind Ezekiel Elliott as a rookie and give the Cowboys a formidable 1-2 punch to wear down opposing defenses. He possesses an intriguing skill set but isn't the change of pace got back many have wanted to complement Zeke in the running game. Ozigbo is a physical runner with a surprisingly nimble feet and flexibility for RB his size. At Nebraska, he was at his best when running inside zone plays, which just so happens to be a staple in the Cowboys' zone blocking scheme. He is also a threat as a receiver out of the backfield and a solid pass protector. Overall, he has a three-down back and someone who could help lighten the load on Zeke's shoulders. He could be a steal for the Cowboys on day 3, which is where he's projected to be drafted. The Dallas Cowboys have done an outstanding job of filling holes with some cost-effective free agents so far in free agency, which should allow them to approach the 2019 NFL Draft without any glaring needs. This should free them up to take the best player available if they so choose, but they still have to keep the future in mind as well. After all, there are several players on a one-year deal or entering the last year of their contracts. For this 7-round Dallas Cowboys mock draft exercise, I decided to use the mock draft simulators for Draft Network and FanSpeak. I was curious to see the difference, if any, between the two. I have to say, even though I used 2 different draft simulators, I was pretty happy with the way things turned out. Let's take a look. Road 2, 58 Christian Miller Christian Miller. Road 3, 90 DT Tristan Hill South Amani Hooker. Road 4, 128 OT Bobby Evans Tate Kahale Waring. Road 4, 136 S Marquise Blair RB Rodney Anderson. Road 5, 165 WR Jalen Hurd DT Michael D.O.B. Road 7, 241 RB James Williams WR Cody Thompson. Even though I used 2 different draft simulators, you can clearly see the positions I was targeting for the Dallas Cowboys. I think each one of these players I selected can challenge for a starting job in 2019, but at the worst can be solid depth this year and then become starters in 2020. Let's dive into this a little deeper so I can tell you why I selected each one of these players. 2nd round, 58th overall, Christian Miller is the only player I drafted in both mock drafts for the Dallas Cowboys. He is one of my pet cats this year and someone who I believe fits the criteria the Cowboys look for in their defensive ends. I believe he could challenge to be a starter as a rookie, but at worst would be a really good rotational piece with starting potential down the road. 3rd round, 90th overall, Tristan Hill is a penetrating DT who could challenge Malik Collins to become the starting 3 technique as a rookie, but at the very least be a really good rotational piece with starting potential. Amani Hooker is someone who I believe could start next to Xavier Woods as a rookie, even after the Dallas Cowboys added George Iloka to the mix. 4th round, 128th overall, Bobby Evans has the ability to play the left or right tackle position in the NFL and could immediately challenge Leo Collins at RT. At worst, he would be Collins' replacement in 2020. Sitting behind Jason Witten and learning for a season would be ideal for Kahale Waring, because he does have the potential to become the Dallas Cowboys' TE1 in 2020 despite his lack of college production. 4th round, 136th overall, Marquise Blair is an underrated safety in the 2019 draft class and someone who would also pair nicely with Xavier Woods. He played mostly strong safety at Utah, but has the ability to be a factor in coverage as well. Rodney Anderson would immediately step in and become Ezekiel Elliott's backup as a rookie. He is an upgrade over Rod Smith and has starting potential if he can stay healthy. 5th round, 165th overall. Despite signing Randall Cobb, the Dallas Cowboys could use a slot receiver for the future. I personally really like Jalen Hurd as a big slot. He gives the Cowboys some size at the WR position and a big target for Dak Prescott to throw to in the slot. Michael D.O.B. is another potential 3 technique with starting potential for the Cowboys. He'd likely be a rotational player as a rookie, but could take over for Malik Collins in 2020. 7th round, 254th overall, James Williams would bring an intriguing skill set to the Dallas Cowboys as Zeke's backup running back. He is arguably the best receiving RB in the entire draft out of the backfield and when split out wide like a WR. Cody Thompson reminds me of LA Rams' WR Cooper Kupp and would play a similar role with the Cowboys. He needs to fine-tune his route running, but I think he can become their future slot receiver.